Hello and welcome to another episode of Tony's Forest of SNES. On this third episode, it's going to be a little bit different than the last two I did before. The last two episodes were about one precise game. Now I'm gonna talk about 5 games. 5 games I really had a lot of fun playing when I was a kid. Now this is not a top 5 for the Super Nintendo. It's a top 5, personal top 5 about the games I really played a lot. So without any further ado, let's just start with number 5. Mario Paint, released in 1991 by Nintendo. This is one of the few games that came in a bigger packaging along with other games like Earthbound and Lethal Enforcers. As soon as the game started, you could already jump into fun by clicking all letters in the Mario Paint title. Each letter does something special or weird, like inverting screen colors and messing around with the music. A funny thing is that the few first times I played this game, I did not know about that, so one day I clicked a letter by accident and I got all excited to see that all letters did something. I guess it didn't take much to entertain me, right? After you're done with that, you click on Mario and start the game. So like any drawing application, you have many tools at your disposal. You have 15 different colors, you have different brushes size, a paint bucket tool to fill parts of your drawing, shape tools, spray tool, stamps. And if you make a mistake, there's a little dog at the bottom right of the screen that stands for the undo function. I don't know why they chose a dog, but maybe it has something to do with the fact that my dog always ate my homeworks when I was a kid. Does it make any sense? I am drawing something here. It is nothing in particular. I really don't know what it is, but I don't care because that's what Mario Paint is all about. Not caring and having fun. Fun with painting, with creating music, animations, you name it. But what makes Mario Paint special is that it is not a productivity application. It merges creativity with fun, and everything in the user interface is built to reflect that. Funny menus, good music that is not too much annoying. You have the option to change it to 2 other songs if you want to. Even erasing is fun. You have 9 different ways to erase your drawings. I bet you will use the undo function and try another way to erase, then undo and try again. I mean, why not? It's cool! You can edit all of the stamps pixel by pixel. You can also make your own stamps and use them in your creations. One part I really enjoyed was making music. This is great. You can mix your own songs with your drawings and animations. A bit limited, I must admit, but let's try something real quick. Oh boy, that was bad. And if you don't feel like drawing, there are coloring books images, so you can fill in the colors to your liking. And after you're done with that, why don't we just take a break and go kill some bugs? SimCity was released by Maxis on the Super Nintendo in 1991. This was a part of the highly successful PC version, but they added a Nintendo touch to the recipe. First, you start by selecting through a bank of 1,000 maps. Good luck checking them all out, as it takes a lot of loading time for the Super Nintendo to generate the previews. You then wisely give a name to your city, and now's the time to start building. I must say right away, SimCity is an addictive game. You are the mayor of the city and you get to choose where the houses go, where to build commercial centers and industries. You then watch your city grow and also the problems that come with it. The game gives you freedom of creativity. You can shape your city so many ways, but beware not to spend all of your money too fast or that creativity will go away fast. The Super Nintendo version has some unique features like reward buildings. That included the mayor's house and a casino that you can build wherever you want. There is also a special appearance by Bowser that destroys parts of your city, and if you achieve Megalopolis, you'll receive a Mario statue. There is a complex system behind the scenes. Taxes, loans, crime rate, pollution, traffic, all of these things change depending on the choices you make. You have plenty of tools to let you know if your city is going well or not. There's a public opinion, and there's also maps showing you stats for any aspect of the game. If you want to know where a police department should be built, take a look at the crime rate and put it where it's red. You decide what to do with city funds and taxes. If you don't allocate sufficient funding for transport, for example, roads will deteriorate, so there is a lot to take care of here, but seeing your city grow and population getting higher is gratifying, and that makes you want to build more and more and more. I first played SimCity on the Commodore Amiga even before the SNES came out. And to this day, I still remember clearly when I saw it at my local renting shop. I was amazed that I could play that game at home finally! Arcana was released by HAL Laboratory in 1992. A group of powerful wizards called the Card Masters sealed the evil Rimsala long ago. Decades later, a mad magician called Galneon wishes to revive the evil Empress Rimsala. And to make sure he succeeds, he hunted down and eliminated all Card Masters. You are Rooks, the son of the last Card Master who perished during the Element War. You must prevent Rimsala's awakening. Arcana has a unique theme to it. All characters are cards and all enemies also. When you die, your card is simply shred. This is a dungeon crawler RPG with nice graphics and incredibly good music. I just love this game's music so much. This was the kind of game that I used to record on tape cassettes and listen into my Walkman.
Are you bored and you don't know what to do today? Why don't you listen to some music? Yes, with this brand new Walkman, you're gonna have fun all day long. Look at this young fellow having so much fun. Is he having fun or not? You tell me. You simply put the cassette tape into this stereo cassette player and you're gonna receive some incredible sound. This device recreates sounds perfectly, so why don't you just go out and buy one yourself? Look at those earphones. You sure are going to hear hi-fi sound. These are incredible with this brand new stereo Walkman. Hey, go ahead, have some fun! Only 3 easy payments of $29.99. Call now!
Even though the game is fun and has nice graphics and music, one complaint I must make is that there is just too many random encounters. Sometimes you can't make more than 2 steps and bang, another monster. You can get lost easily if you don't have a map or don't draw where you are going. But at least the first few levels are not too big, so you'll find your way. The story is interesting enough to keep you playing. Yes, the levels can get very long to finish, but nowadays you can find maps on the internet, so you don't have to waste time running in circles. I don't mind cheating a little for this game, as I feel that it's the kind of game that was not well balanced enough. I have fond memories of playing Arcana. The only place that I could rent this game in the city I lived in as a kid was the farthest video game rental store from my house. I would ride my bicycle all the way there, which was pretty much at the top of a hill, just so I could play it. And all of that knowing I would have to bring it back the day after. I remember reading about Arcana in a Nintendo Power issue. It said, Arcana has as many twists and turns of plot as Final Fantasy II. That really caught my attention at the time, because Final Fantasy was probably the king of RPGs on that console. While Final Fantasy II is way better than Arcana in my opinion, Arcana still deserves its place as one of the good RPGs of the SNES. Wanderers from East 3 is an action role-playing game developed by Neon Falcon and released by Sammy in 1991. 3 years after the events of the first 2 Ys games, Adol and Dougie are on a journey. On their way, they stop by a gypsy caravan and have their fortune told. With the crystal ball exploding, they find out that bad things are coming their way. Shortly after that, they decide to go to Dougie's hometown, Redmond, and strangely, while still being troubled by the size of the fortune teller, they are suddenly attacked by a wildcat. Adventure awaits our 2 heroes as they arrive in Redmond. Wanderers from Ys has all of the classic elements to make it a good action RPG game. You have your HP and MP, experience points and level ups, gold to buy items and equipment. Speaking of equipment, this is the main screen to equip swords, armors, shields, rings and items. You simply move the red square on whatever you want to equip. Pretty simple. That's what's nice about action RPGs. It takes some or all elements of traditional RPGs but simplified them enough so that it doesn't distract you from the action. When you start a new game, you will quickly die if you try to get too far ahead. Here is the place to level up your character. Stay close to the entrance for the first 2-3 levels. When your health is low, exit the quarry and your HP will fill up. Do that several times again and again. It will maybe take half an hour, but keep on killing the monsters until you are leveled up to level 4 minimum. Me, I personally go up to level 6 because I'm a bit of a wimp. Wanderers from Ys 3 is the only entry in the series we received on the Super Nintendo here in North America. Ys 4 Mask of the Sun and Ys 5 Expert were released only in Japan. There are fan translations available though. Ys 3 is a game filled with interesting and nice looking stages. The music is perfectly fitting with any given situation. This action-packed game surely deserves to be in your must-buy list. Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure.
Super Metroid. That game, it stuck with me for a long time, and it's still there inside of me. You know, I still feel the feelings I had when I first saw it. It was at a friend's house. I got a call from a friend. He told me, "Hey, I have something you must see." But he didn't want to tell me what it was. So I go to his place, and then when he pushed the power button, I knew we were into something big. For all the lovers of science fiction movies and alien movies, they took everything good from those science fiction movies and they just created a whole new game. I played it through and through so many times. It was an addiction, you know, when you first arrived at the ending and you saw that percentage. And you knew, oh my god, there's so many other things I just didn't find. So you start the game again. And now you use this item you just found, which is called the X-ray vision. It lets you see through hidden things. If there's something hidden in a wall somewhere, then you just use the X-ray vision and you can't see it. So it's you start looking everywhere. There's so many places to check. The maps, they're so big.
At its time of release, Super Metroid was the largest Super Nintendo game ever released. It was 24 megabits in size. That's 6 times the size of Super Mario World. Super Metroid, published by Nintendo in 1994, was produced by who were back then Nintendo's oldest development team, Nintendo R&D 1. To satisfy players of previous Metroid games, Nintendo included the previously visited areas to add a sense of familiarity. As we can see here, we are descending in the shaft in which we escaped after defeating Mother Brain in the first Metroid game. Exploring the ruins of this past encounter and the creepy atmosphere just absorbs you instantly in this alien planet. This is the ultimate adventure and exploration game, not only on the console, but in the whole genre. You must discover hidden upgrades scattered all around this wild and dangerous world. Upgrades that will open new undiscovered regions. You have missiles that are stronger than your base weapon. Even stronger are super missiles, which are 5 missiles in one basically. You then have super bombs, which inflicts damage to enemies in the entire screen. A grappling beam. An X-ray vision that lets you see hidden things in passageways when used. To upgrade your health, you will come across many energy tanks. Obviously, the more you have, the better it will be. Each square is 1 energy tank that equals 99 energy points. And on the top right of the screen, you have a mini-map that lets you see where you have been in pink and where you haven't been in dark blue. With all of that said, I've only just scratched the surface. You also have upgrades to your main weapon like Plasma Beam, Ice Beam, Wave Beam. You have suits to resist higher temperatures and to defy gravity. You can morph into a ball to pass through narrow places, boots to jump higher. You name it, there's so many upgrades in that game. You will come across a lot of places where you won't be able to jump high enough, or you won't be able to blast through a blocked corridor. Then you will just keep on going further into the game until you find that one upgrade that will make you remember all the places you could not go before. And that's the magic of the game. Pure exploration fun. Now that all recent home consoles can display 3D games with all sorts of visual effects, now that we have sharp and detailed 1080p HD graphics in games, I still see more and more retro-inspired games like Shovel Knight, Rogue Legacy, and a couple years back the new old-school Mega Man's 9 and 10, and the excellent 3D Dot Game Heroes. There are many more, I know. I just can't stop thinking how great a new Metroid game would be in 2D on the Wii U. And I mean real hand-drawn 2D graphics, not 2.5D like other M. So tell me, what do you think? Would you rather have a 2D Metroid or a 3D Metroid in this current generation? Well, me, I would say you can give me as much Metroid as you want, but a 2D one, that would make me really, really happy. Well, thanks for watching my episode about my 5 games I really had a lot of fun playing when I was a kid. And if you have any more questions about them, you can reach us on Twitter and on Facebook.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Tony's Forest of SNES, a show where I explore. Hey, hello and welcome to another episode of Tony's Forest of SNES, a show where I explore.